Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you are a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey. So welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fabric and pattern haul, and I've also got some wool to share with you too because I'm really enjoying crochet. The wool and the pattern for crochet will be towards the end of the video, so if that's not something you're interested in, you can just skip past that. But crochet is something that I'm very much enjoying, being able to just take it along with me when I'm going to get my nails done, or if I've got appointments. We've had quite a few appointments with Rubes recently, so if we're sat there, it just stops me getting my phone out and scrolling, and I've been making some really fun stuff. So yeah, I'll share that as well in this video, including a bumper fabric and pattern haul, and I've got a huge number of fabrics on my lap. I mentioned back in June that it was my birthday. I love eking out birthdays and I'm still going on about my birthday now, but yeah, I mentioned that I'd got a few vouchers, and with those vouchers I bought some fabric. There's some fabric that I've been lusting after for ages, so I'm really excited that I managed to buy that fabric. Before I dive into all of the fabrics, I'll let you know what I'm wearing. And I am wearing a True Bias Nova jumpsuit in this gorgeous viscose fabric. It's a viscose jersey, can't remember where I got it from, with one of my tie knot headbands, and then I've got my sapphire frills, really cute strawberry earrings in too. Don't know if you can see, but I've got a burn here. Really silly thing that I did a few days ago. I'd gotten up and I wanted to wear one of my sagebrush tops, popped it on. It was like a seersucker sagebrush top, popped it on, but the frill was sticking up ever so slightly, and I just ironed my bastion culottes that were in a chambray fabric. I just ironed them, so the iron was off, but it was still quite hot, and I thought, oh, I wonder if, being lazy, I can just press the iron on the frill. Don't do that, I've burnt myself. It's a little bit sore, I'm sure it will heal, but that's why I've got a mark on myself. I was very silly. When I told my husband what I'd done, he was very cross with me. I do tend to do things like that. So yeah, that's why I've got this mark on me, just in case you spotted it. I'm sure you didn't, but I thought I'd tell you how silly I was with the iron. I should have just taken it off and pressed it. It would have taken like 30 seconds. Anyway, this is the jumpsuit. I've got the elastic across the middle so it brings it in. Got the lovely deep pockets. It's got that scoop at the front and it's got the scoop at the back too. I think you could just see my bra there. These are the legs, and then they've got elastic at the bottom, and I'm wearing my jelly shoes too. So it's got the scoop at the front, and it's also got the same scoop at the back too, and I just thought this headband would go nicely. I'm trying not to blow dry my hair at the moment, so I've left it to dry naturally, so it's got a little kink at the bottom. So I've popped a headband on to try and sort of manage it. So on to fabric. I've got a whole host of fabric in front of me. I've got my notebook where I've made notes of where I got the fabric from and what the fabric's called as well. So I'm going to start with Semi Sunshine fabric. So there's one fabric in particular that I have been absolutely desperate to get my hands on. I've shared it so much in my Sunday Sewing catch-ups, and it's this absolutely gorgeous embroidered dots. It's like a blush pink embroidered dots fabric. What do they describe it as? Just an embroidered circle dots fabric. It's absolutely stunning. I've wanted this for absolutely ages, and I got a voucher for my birthday, so I was able to buy this gorgeous fabric. I think I got 2 meters of it. It's absolutely beautiful. What I can imagine this being turned into is some really gorgeous trousers, maybe some quite fitted trousers, and then a little jacket with a top. And I think with that blush pink, I would be able to match quite a few of my tops with it. I think it's such a beautiful fabric. So yeah, I don't know what pattern I'm going to use yet for the jacket. I want like a cropped jacket. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what pattern I'm going to go for yet. And also with the trousers, I want them to be quite fitted and quite a slim leg. I think that's the look that I think I'm going to go for. I'm not going to get that sewn up anytime soon because I haven't got an idea about what patterns to go for. If anyone's got any suggestions, a cropped jacket, and then possibly, I think, maybe some high-waisted trousers that are quite fitted. Please do let me know in the comments below. But I was so desperate to buy this fabric. Every time I went onto the Semi Sunshine website, which is quite often, I do tend to do some window shopping on all the gorgeous websites. I resisted it and resisted it, and then I got a voucher, so I was able to buy it. So I'm so pleased. I can stop lusting after that gorgeous fabric. And then the other fabric I got from there is this absolutely beautiful, I think this was called Blush actually. Yeah, Blush Floral dead stock brocade fabric. Absolutely stunning. I have seen that Guthrie and Garnier have got some of this in stock. If they've still got some by the time this video goes out, I'll link it down below. But this is just absolutely stunning. So Me Sunshine had the gorgeous like pastel version of this, but it sold out really quickly. So I was able to get this one instead, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. And that is destined to become some kind of jacket. Again, I'm not quite sure what pattern. I was thinking maybe the Friday Pattern Company Heather blazer, or maybe the Nina Lee Richmond blazer, because that's a little bit more fitted. Not decided on what pattern, but I know it's definitely going to become some kind of jacket. It's absolutely stunning. Such a beautiful fabric. And then Backstitch shared some absolutely beautiful cotton, I think it's a cotton poplin fabric, in their stories, and said they didn't have a huge amount left. That's always quite tempting. I always get swayed by Instagram stories where beautiful fabrics are concerned. And this fabric I just thought was such a fun fabric. Absolutely gorgeous. I love all of those colours. And this one was called Little Johnny Geometric Shapes, and it's a cotton shirting fabric. It's absolutely gorgeous. If I open it up, I wanted to get 3 meters of this, but they didn't have quite enough, so I've got 2 meters and 3/4 because I want to turn it into some kind of dress. I was thinking the Tilly and the Buttons Lyra shirt dress. I think this would make a really fun shirt dress. I think that pattern is absolutely gorgeous. It's not got a huge amount of drape because it's a cotton shirting fabric, but I think it'll be quite breathable, and I think it would make a really, really fun shirt dress. And then thinking ahead to the summer holidays, what I like to do every year when I go away is I'll sew myself a dress. It tends to be the Dear and Dear Maya Sotis dress. Absolutely love that pattern. And then I also like to sew my husband some shirts. So we've both been looking together at some fabric, and Stitch and Ink had this beautiful cotton shirting fabric, or cotton poplin fabric, in this amazing colourful sort of pattern. I think it's so fun. It's got pineapples and watermelons and deck chairs and flowers, and I just think it's such a cool like summer holiday vibe fabric. So I've got enough to sew up a dress for myself, and then there's enough for my husband to have a matching shirt, and I know he'll enjoy wearing it on holiday. I don't think he'd wear the shirt at home, but I've said this before in my videos, he tends to wear navy, blacks, greys when we're at home, but when we go on holiday he's like, give me all the colours, give me all the patterns. So I think he's gonna love wearing a shirt in this fabric, and hopefully I'll be able to get some pictures of us matching, me wearing my dress and him wearing his shirt. So I've got, I think I ended up getting about 5 meters of this. So I've got enough to sew up a Maya Sotis with all the ruffles. Like I want the ruffle hem, I want the ruffle on the sleeves, and then there's enough to sew him up a shirt too. And if I've got enough left, I might be able to sew up Ruby and Lola some matching shorts, so we can all wear the same, we can all wear a garment made in the same fabric, which I think would be really, really fun. So yeah, I really love that fabric. It was sold out last time I checked, but they might have got it back in stock. And there's the other one. It's got fish on as well, actually, I've just noticed. It's such a cool fabric. I absolutely adore it. And I think it's going to make a really fun dress and a really fun shirt too. And then thinking about summer holidays still, and the swimwear patterns that I've just ordered, and I sent them off to be copy shop printed with the fold line. I've bought 2 pieces of swimwear fabric from Hey So Sister. They've got so many gorgeous swimwear fabrics on their website at the moment. So I've gone for 2 complementary colours. This is like a peach colour, and then this is like a lilac colour. And I think together they will look so pretty as a swimsuit pattern, which I've ordered and I'll talk about in a second. The swimsuit pattern is an all-in-one, but it looks like you can play around with having a different fabric on the top and a different fabric on the bottoms. And I think they'll work really nicely together. So I just got 1 meter of each of those, and they're swimwear fabrics, so I know that they'll have really good stretch and really good recovery as well. And it's got 4-way stretch, which is what the pattern recommends. And I just really love those 2 colours together. I think they're absolutely beautiful. So I'm really excited about getting that sewn up. And then I got another piece of fabric from Hey So Sister because I couldn't resist this fabric. I think it's a really stunning fabric. This was a lawn fabric. I've got 3 meters. I'm not sure what I'm going to turn it into yet. Some kind of dress. I'm going to stand up so you can see how gorgeous this fabric is. Look at that beautiful print. And I love the sort of the background, but then how it kind of, you've got this sort of circle effect with the two people there going for a little dip in their swimming costumes, and that's just repeated across the pattern because it's a lawn. It's got a really lovely feel to it. It's got a really nice sort of sheen to the fabric as well, and it's really lightweight. I might turn this into, there's a dress pattern that I've sewn up, and it's a pattern I'm going to talk about in a minute, but I might use this fabric to turn it into the Sophia Dress by Sew Over. It's a new dress pattern that's been released from them, so I might use this fabric for that pattern. I think it would work really nicely for that pattern. Absolutely stunning. And then my lovely work colleagues got me a voucher for Fabric Godmother, and they had this beautiful gingham effect fabric. I think it was a viscose linen in green. Green's my favourite colour, but it's sold out. And then I saw that they were getting some back in, so I signed up to get an email for when it came back in stock. Got an email. My lovely colleagues from work got me a voucher, so I went on straight away and used my voucher to buy this gorgeous fabric. I think it's absolutely stunning. A couple of thoughts with this fabric. First thoughts were to turn it into a dress. I just love a dress. I've got so many dresses. But then I thought this would make a really cool blazer, and blazers seem to be the theme of this video at the moment, but I thought this would make a really cool blazer that I could wear to work, that would be quite a jazzy blazer. And then I thought with the leftovers, because I think I've got 3 meters of this fabric, I could use the rest of it to sew up some trousers and wear it almost like a suit for work. But quite a relaxed suit. I'm a teacher, in case you're new to my channel. I'm an early years teacher, but I'm assistant head at my school, so I teach 3 days a week, and then I'm out of class 2 days a week. Actually, from September, I'm going to be teaching in the nursery, which I'm really excited about. So I'm going to be teaching in the afternoons only, and then I'll be out of class in the mornings. So I am going to have to think really carefully about my work wardrobe, because what I tend to do on my days when I'm not in class teaching, I tend to get my nicer clothes out that I don't mind being covered in glue and paint and things. But yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that, because sometimes I'm gonna have meetings in the morning where I want to look kind of a little bit more, not formal, because that's not really my vibe, but yeah, I need to think really carefully, because would I want to wear this to work if I was working in the nursery getting covered in paint? I'm not sure. So this might be a kind of trouser suit that I wear at the weekends when I want to feel really nice going out or something. But anyway, I would like to turn this into some kind of blazer, and I think some kind of trousers or maybe a skirt. I just couldn't resist that colour. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And again, it's another fabric that I'd been lusting after for absolutely ages. So I'm really pleased that I've managed to get some of that. I need to pre-wash all of these fabrics. They haven't been in the wash yet. And then I've got a bumper selection of fabrics from Rainbow Fabrics, because they've had a sale on, and then there was a discount code as well. So I've bought quite a few pieces of fabric from them over the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to share all of those fabrics with you. So the first one is this beautiful floral viscose linen, which I think just screams spring, summer. Absolutely beautiful. I'd like to turn this into some kind of dress. I'm not sure what dress yet. It's a viscose linen. It's got a really lovely sort of lightweight feel to it, but it's also got a really lovely drape to it. So if anyone's got any suggestions of what to turn this into, please let me know. I did get a couple of Vicky Sews patterns last month, and I haven't sewn those up yet, so this might work for one of the Vicky Sews patterns. But if anyone's got any suggestions of what to turn this into, I've got 3 meters, so I've got loads of fabric to play around with. Please let me know in the comments below. And then I've got this fabric, because I've been talking probably for about a year now on my channel of sewing up the Deer and Doe Magnolia dress. I still haven't sewn it up. I talked about it in my June sewing plans, and I really did want to get it sewn up, but June just got super busy, and so did the start of July, so I just haven't got round to sewing it up. So I ordered this fabric from Rainbow Fabrics, and I think I'm going to use this fabric for a summer kind of Deer and Doe Magnolia. It's a viscose crepe. It's got an absolutely gorgeous amount of sort of drape and movement. It's super floaty. I really love that dusky kind of, well actually it's not dusky blue, is it? It's more like a cornflower blue. I really love that colourway. And then it's got all the fruit all over it. I think it's such a beautiful fabric, and I think this would work really nicely for the Deer and Doe Magnolia. So that's what I'm going to do with that fabric. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I really love all of that print all over it and that beautiful blue with the green leaves. I think it's stunning. And then a order has just arrived. I've not even taken it out of the bag yet. But they released loads of jersey fabrics, and this is me thinking ahead to the autumn, where I know that I will want to be sewing up some jersey for some comfortable workwear. And the first one I couldn't resist because it's this banana print viscose. These are all viscose jerseys. I've got 2 meters of this fabric. I was thinking of just turning it into a t-shirt, and I know that either Ruby or Lola will probably want a t-shirt in this fabric too. I just thought that print was really fun with the large scale bananas. That's my hand for the size of how big the bananas are. So that's going to be turned into some kind of t-shirt or jumper. I think it'd make a really fun jumper actually. And I think the children in nursery would love if I came into school with a banana jumper on. So I'm thinking ahead to the autumn for that make. And then I've got 2 fabrics here that are quite similar, but they're different colourways. So this one is a mustard leopard print, and it's a viscose jersey as well. So it has got a really lovely drape to it. If I hold it up, it's got a really lovely drape to it. So this is going to be turned into a dress. Either the Friday Pattern Company Westcliff dress, my favourite jersey dress, by a mile. I've made so many of them. Or I was thinking the Sew Over It, I think it's the Estelle dress that's got that gorgeous tie. I've only made one of those in like a peacock print viscose jersey, but I think this would make a really stunning Sew Over It Estelle dress, and I think that would look really nice in this gorgeous fabric. And then I've got a red viscose jersey leopard print as well, which is beautiful. It's a really bright red actually. Red's not usually a colour that I go for, but I think this would make a really stunning dress as well. And this one's definitely going to be turned into the Sew Over It Estelle dress. And I'll probably have a little bit left over because I've ordered 3 meters. I'll probably have enough to sew up like a jumper or something as well. But yeah, it's got a really lovely drape, and I think this just would look so stunning as the Estelle dress, as a really nice like dressy kind of evening dress. So that's going to be stashed away for now because I'm not going to turn that into the dress until the autumn time, but I just couldn't resist those jersey fabrics. So that's all of the fabrics that I wanted to share with you today, and now on to a couple of patterns that I've got. So I'm going to start with the sewing patterns, and then I'll finish with the wool and the cardigan pattern at the end. So the first 2 patterns, I don't have them printed in front of me. I have sent them to be copy shop printed and they've arrived from the fold line, but they're 2 patterns by Edgewater Avenue Patterns, which is a new to me company. And the lovely Tamlin, who's sewn on the tie, and she's talked about this pattern company before. So I went and had a look on their website, and I found a couple of patterns that I really loved the look of. One I know I'm going to sew up and really enjoy wearing. The other one is totally out of my comfort zone, and when I talk about that pattern I'll tell you why it's out of my comfort zone. But the first one is the Marley one-piece swimsuit, which is I'm going to read the description that I've got written down. It's an asymmetric one-piece swimsuit with a cutout in the middle and moderate coverage. It's a really gorgeous looking pattern. It's got the way that it looks, and I'll put pictures in so you can see, it looks like you could sew the top half in one colour and the bottom half in a different colour, and that's what I'm planning to do with that swimwear fabric that I shared. I'm going to use one colour for the top, probably the peachy colour for the top, and the lilac for the bottom. The pattern comes in sizes extra small to extra large, and in terms of fabrics they recommend nylon spandex, poly spandex, or any other swimwear fabric that's got 4-way stretch. And you only need 1 meter of fabric for this pattern, and it is lined as well. They recommend that you use the same swimwear fabric to line it, because if you line it with a swimwear lining you might need to adjust the pattern for the fit. So I'm really looking forward to sewing this one up. I think it will be a really lovely pattern to sew up, and I think I'll get lots and lots of wear out of it when I'm on holiday. The second one is completely different to anything that I would ever sew up or wear. I think if I saw this in a shop, I don't think I'd buy it, but I really like the idea of really pushing myself out of my comfort zone. And when we go away in the summer, we're going to be staying in a villa, so it'll be just us 4 together. So I think I will wear it on holiday. I will feel quite self-conscious because looking at the sort of the line drawings and the images that I've seen on Instagram, it looks like quite a revealing swimsuit. So it's the Talia one piece, which is a 1-piece swimsuit. It's It's got a really ultra high cut leg, which is quite revealing, and then it's a thong on the back for the bottoms. It's got this keyhole cut out across the bust, so it is quite a revealing swimsuit, and then it's got this gorgeous like tie detail across the back. I'd really like to try it because it's something totally different to what I would ever sew up or ever choose to wear. And that's one of the wonderful things about sewing, sort of pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So I've got some swimwear fabric that I'm going to have a go at sewing up that pattern with, and I will come back and let you know how I get on and how I feel wearing that swimsuit as well once I've sewn it up and taken it on holiday. So I will report back on both of those once I've sewn them up and tested them out. But the Mali one is one that I definitely think I'm going to feel really confident wearing. And the Talia one, I really love the look of it. It's just really pushing me out of my comfort zone. So the next pattern I wanted to share with you is the new pattern by Sew Over It, and it's the Sophia Dress. I've got the pattern here so I can show you the line drawings, and I've already sewn this up and I absolutely love it. And I've actually used the tie detail on the back to hack the Tilly and the Buttons Mabel dress. I'll put an image in of my hack now so you can see what it looks like. But I fell in love with this dress when they started sharing snippets of the back detail of this dress. And it's the bow detail part which I absolutely fell in love with. So it comes in sizes 6 to 30. It's called the Sophia Dress. It's aimed at confident beginners. There's 2 different skirt options and there's 2 different bodice options. And it's got this really gorgeous like sweetheart neckline with bust darts, quite thick straps to hold your bra. You've got the option to do this tie detail on the back, or you've got this option to do the buttons on the back as well. And then the skirt for both of them, I don't know if you can tell, but the skirt at the back has got elastic in to hold it up. At the front, you just gather it, and there is a waistband as well. You've got the option to do this tiered skirt, or you've got this option to do the gathered skirt. On my version that I've sewn up, I've done this back bodice and front bodice, but I chose to do the gathered skirt because I didn't have enough fabric to do the tiered skirt. I've really enjoyed sewing it up. I did have to really work quite hard on the fit of the bodice, and actually with the straps I found that they were far too long. I ended up taking about 4-5 inches off the length of the straps, so I kept on basting them and trying the bodice on. With the elastic in the back, there's a recommendation for how much elastic you need to use. For the size that I sewed up, they recommended 45 centimetres of elastic. I actually ended up using, I think it was 25 centimetres of elastic on the back. I found 45 centimetres was too gapey on the back. So I did have to play around with the fit just on the bodice and also on the elastic length for the skirt. But I've really enjoyed sewing this pattern up, and I've got plans definitely to sew up a couple more. It was really enjoyable sew once I'd got that fit mastered. And I really loved the bow detail on the back as well. So the first version that I've sewn up is in a cotton poplin, so it's quite a thick fabric really. I've got plans to sew it up in a viscose, and I think that will give a more drapier look for the bow. So there are the line drawings for version 1 and version 2, but you can definitely mix and match the skirt up. It says the Sophia Dress can work beautifully in a range of fabrics. For a more structured look, choose light to medium weight woven fabrics like a cotton poplin, cotton lawn, linen, seersucker or broderie anglaise. Due to the gathered nature of the skirt, we recommend avoiding anything too bulky. If you would like something softer, you can opt for a viscose or crepe. You'll need a lightweight cotton lawn for the bodice lining, or you can also line it in your main fabric. And then you also need some elastic and a small length of ribbon or bias binding. And then you also need buttons if you're sewing up that button down back version for version 2. I've really enjoyed sewing it up. I've definitely got plans to sew up more. There's also a really helpful video on their, I think it's on their Instagram page, for how you can tie the back detail to make sure that you cover up your bra strap. Because I have actually found that even with the tie detail on the back, you could still see my bra along the back of my lower back. So there is a video on how to tie the ties so that it hides your bra. So I'd highly recommend this pattern. I really enjoyed it, but I did have to adjust the straps, and I also had to adjust the elastic in the back skirt as well. And then the final thing I wanted to share, this is going to be wool and crochet, so if you're not interested, I won't be offended if you skip to the end of the video. But I asked over on Instagram for suggestions on where to buy some wool, because I want to have a go at crocheting loads of granny squares to make a cardigan. And lots of people said the wool warehouse. So I've got 2 great big bags of wool. I'm just going to grab them so I can show you the colours that I went for. There's lots of wool that's arrived. And I've gone kind of like pastel-y colours. So I've got yellow, this gorgeous green colour and blue. And then in this bag I've got like a purpley colour, orange and pink. And I'm going to be using all of those colours to have a go at crocheting up the what's it called, the Yes You cardigan pattern by the Pigeon's Nest. So I'm going to be using all of those colours together to have a go at crocheting lots of granny squares to make the Yes You cardigan pattern by the Pigeon's Nest. I'll put a picture in now of what that looks like. It looks like a really gorgeous cardigan, and I'm really excited about getting started with that. I'm planning to take lots of wool and my crochet hooks with me on holiday so that I can have a go at crocheting granny squares whilst I'm lounging around the pool, whilst my girls have a go at swimming in the pool, and then I can occasionally stop and get in the pool as well. I'm not a massive fan of swimming, and I'm not a massive fan of water. I don't really like getting water on my face. I don't really enjoy swimming. So I'll dip myself in the pool, but I'm not the kind of person that spends ages in the water. So I'm looking forward to having crochet as something that I can do when I'm on holiday whilst my family are really enjoying themselves, and I can still be part of that sort of relaxing and sort of enjoying being away with my family. So I will let you know how I get on with that, but the pattern looks really fun. There's lots of hints and tips and things, and I've really enjoyed following the Pigeon Nest's tutorials for learning to crochet a snood. So I'm hoping, because I can do the snood, I'll be able to do the cardigan as well. So that's everything I wanted to share. I said it was going to be a bumper video, and I'm looking at the time, and it definitely is a bumper video. I feel like I've rambled quite a lot in this video, so apologies if I have. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all the fabrics and patterns that I've been busy buying and hearing what some of my plans are. If you've got any suggestions for any of the fabrics that I'm not too sure about, please let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd really love it if you could hit that subscribe button. And if you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the thumbs up, because that really helps my video get out to more people. Thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.